Hey guys, today we're gonna create a Golang CRUD API. So this will be like very easy tutorial. So for CRUD API, we'll use like Gorm. So Gorm is like a ORM structure for Golang. The way we use like SQLize in Node.js. Then we'll for database we're gonna use Postgres. So I have a local installation of Postgres, so I will use that only. Okay, and other than that we'll use Gin framework, which is like Gin Golang, which is the most popular framework in Golang community. So then we have Mux and all those stuff also, but Gin is the most famous one. We'll use validation and everything. So let's just get started. So we'll go to the folder, we'll go to the Go folder where you have installed and set up your Go src. Then we'll have github.com, and here we'll create a new folder, sorry, not here, into the one more directly. Now this is my GitHub username, and this is like Go CRUD already made, so I'll just delete everything. Delete, yeah. Now I'll open in code. So yeah, so currently it's totally empty. I think there is .env file. I'll delete that also. Okay, yeah. So currently the folder is totally empty and everything. Now firstly we have to install Gin framework. So we'll just do Gin Golang, and yeah, and now you can see we got here in the GitHub repository, and it's like just do go get and like just copy paste, and we'll come here terminal and we'll just paste it. Okay, so there are a lot of things I'll be using, but like packages, so I'll be installing when we need it, so you'll know like what is used for what. So firstly, sorry, we have to do go mod init. I just totally forgot, so sorry guys. So yeah, so this is a go mod file, so it means like yeah, you're ready for the Go application. And this is like github.com, my repository name and the folder name, or you can say sorry, this is username and this is a repository name or folder name. Okay, I'm using the version 1.19. okay, now we'll just run the same command that we copied from there, and it will, yeah, so see everything got installed. It was so freaking fast. Okay, now we'll just make a main.go file, and if you know like all the Go part start from the Golang. Okay, so you need a main.go file for every of your project. Now in the main.go, what we'll do, we'll just say package. Firstly we'll create a database. So for database we'll use Gorm. Okay, so let me install Gorm. We'll go here, so it's a ORM structure, so I'll just do this, copy, come here, paste, oh sorry, copy, paste, and yeah, it's got there. So now we will use Postgres. Okay, so for Postgres I'll just Google again, go Gorm Postgres. I don't know what it's called. Maybe it's called like GORM. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure though. Yeah, this one. Okay, I got it. So you see, you just import like this, and but no one has shown for the MySQL. Yeah, this is the Postgres one. Okay, so in the Gorm document only. So what I'll do, firstly I'll go to database. So firstly let me copy this whole part. Okay, just copy it, and I'll just create a new folder called database, and in new file database.go. okay, so here we'll paste that part. So import, will importing Postgres as we already installed Gorm, and here we'll write the package name. So package is database. Okay, So pretty simple, like whatever your folder name is, same name with the file name, and that make more sense to me. And you can use whatever you think like. Now this all stuff is already given here. Now we'll just remove the time zone part. Okay, and port by default it runs on 5432. DB name will say what you say, like CRUD. Okay, password is my like root, and username is like Postgres, host localhost. Okay, now I'll just quickly go here in my pg admin. If you have pg admin, well, and if you don't have, just install it. So I mean, if you have any other also, so like if you have Postgres like MySQL, just import this and do like this. Okay, it's pretty simple, not that much complicated. Okay, so I'll go to server, and this new lock is my localhost. Okay, and I'll delete maybe I create one database which will be called CRUD. Save. Okay, yeah, I got the CRUD, and now in the CRUD there are schema public tables empty. Okay, it's currently empty, of course. Okay, now this is done. Now what we'll do, like we'll import this database file into the like main file, so we can connect. And here we can do just one more thing. We can just say function. I'll call the connect function so I can connect it. Okay, so I'll just paste this here. Yeah, okay, now I'll just say if error nil, then I'll say panic fail to connect. Okay, fail to connect to database. Yep, now we'll close the function. And see, this is db. So for you to so this db is like my main, where all the database connection will be. So like export any variable, so you have to say var in the capital letters db, and this will be of type gorm dot db. Okay, and now this db I'll change to db, and here I'll say var error of type error, and here like this. Okay, so this is my connection part. Okay, nothing much, like really simple, just copy paste and just for db described above variable, because I want to export it. Now we'll go to main.go. Okay, and here what I'll say, package main, package package main. Okay, now we'll import few stuff. So we'll import like fmt. Fmt is basically used for printing. Then we'll import this database file. So we'll say github.com/Sayyid dash Ashraf123 / database. So this is my folder name. So I'll just copy. You can just directly write like database, but writing the full path makes more sense in like Golang. So now what I'll say function main. You'll have always a main function, and in here I'll say database. So this is like database, so I'll say database, and this is the connect part. Okay, so I'll say database dot connect function. I'll call this function. Then I'll say fmt dot print successfully connected. Okay, and now this is the connection part. Okay, now I'll just save it. Now we haven't used a gin framework till now. Okay, I'll show you where I will use it. So I'll say go run main.go. okay, I'm telling to run main.go file. Hit it. So it says database to add it. So it says go get. Okay, so there is some problem. Okay, yeah, I have to write the folder name also, CRUD. Yep, go dash, it's go dash CRUD. Yep, save it. Now I'll clear everything. Maybe I can increase the font for you to look better. Where was it? I just forgot where was it. It was in the file edit. Okay, settings. Okay, I can just do it by like this. Yeah, I think now it's much clear to you. So I'll just say go run main.go file. So it's saying package Postgres to add it. So it's saying this package is not there. So I'll just add this Postgres package, and you can just copy paste, and yeah, you're done. Now again run it. Okay, see, successfully connected. So I will just say print ln, and if you run it now, successfully connected, you are getting easy everything, nothing like. So now what we'll do, we'll use the Gin framework. Okay, so if we go here and type Gin Golang. Okay, yeah. We already installed Gin. Now we'll say import. We'll import this Gin framework, and we'll just remove this import statement. Yep, now what we'll do, see how they are running. So you have to just copy paste this. I'll explain you everything. Okay, now after connecting to a database, you will just say paste, and here you have already imported Gin. Now you are just setting up the Gin framework into the variable R. Then you using this r.get. So we are making a get API on /ping, and we are sending back the status. Okay, so you can use net /http. So this is a inbuilt package, you don't have to install it. Okay, and this r.run basically runs your file, like your server. So I'll again say go run main.go, and you can see by default it's running on 8080 port. So if I just here new terminal, and I'll just say curl local host /ping, and here I'll just give the 8080 port. See, we are getting a message pong. So this is what we are returning, c.json and pong. Okay, so I think now this is pretty much clear to you. Now we'll use models. So models is basically like for what we installed Gorm. Okay, so we'll just create a new folder. We'll say models, and in models we create a new file called models.go. We successfully created. We name it like package models, and we'll import gorm.io/gorm. Okay, then we'll import database. See, this database variable db, for this only we created a database connection. So now I can just copy this part. Yep, and I'll just paste it here. Okay, yeah, I copied. So now we'll say type, we're gonna make an article. Okay, so we'll say type article, and it will be a struct. So basically you just define structure, so it will just bind to it. So you can't add or remove anything in there, the same way we do in models. Now we'll say this is a gorm.model. Okay, so if it's not a model, you don't have to define gorm.model. You are just using a struct, otherwise you have to say it's a model. Then you'll say title. So you'll be wondering why T is capital. So because in the Golang we use whichever variable we use for import export, and we use capital letters, but in the database and the JSON, it will be small letters. Okay, so it will be of type string. Okay, and here we'll define in the JSON, so we'll say JSON and we'll say title. So in the JSON it will be small letters like title, and here we'll say validate, and here we'll say required. Okay, so we are saying it has to be validate. Okay, so I mean whenever you push JSON it has to be required. So now the second we'll do for maybe body, and it will also be a string, and the same way we'll just copy this. So we are saying in the JSON I want this to be used as small letters called body. Okay, and the next we can say tag list maybe. So we'll say tag list. Okay, and here we'll say so basically tag list will be an array, so for that we have to install another library. So we'll say github.com slash lib slash pq. So yeah, this is a this Postgres, so we'll just install it and we'll just paste it, and yeah, it's added. Now we'll just import that. So we'll say github. So I'll just copy above and paste it here and just remove everything, and I'll say lib slash pq. Okay, now here I'll say pq slash dot string array. So it will be an array of string, and in the JSON it will be called tag list, the way we use, like the way JSON works. Then we'll say Gorm, and it will be of type text array. Okay, so we are saying it will be of type text array. So I think yeah, so you can define ID here also, but Gorm model by default creates ID and everything for you. Now here we'll create a function migrate okay, then here we'll say, now here we imported database, right? So we'll say database, and this variable we declare db. Okay, we'll say db dot auto migrate, and here we'll say article, and this will be curly braces. Okay, save it. I think yeah, now we'll just call this function. You got it pretty much well. Now we'll just, after connecting to database, we'll just firstly import models also. We'll just copy here, paste here. Now we'll just say models, and here we'll say models dot migrate. Okay, now save it and let's just clear it out. Go run. Okay, it's already running. Okay, yeah, it's already running, but see, we have to run it again because the changes it hasn't been restart because of changes. So for that also I'll tell you like very easy way. We'll say go run main.go, again we'll run it. Okay, yeah, so it's running. So if I go to database and refresh my tables, see article table got created, see ID automatically got here. Okay, then created that, updated that, then we have title, body, tag list, array, articles is a primary key. Okay, so if I just see, we have ID, it's a pk primary key, then created that, updated, deleted, title, body, tag list. Okay, so now we are I think much ready. Now we'll just set up router and controllers and services, everything. So before that, like every time I change something, it's not restarting. So for that, what could we do? I mean, there is a way in NodeMod, we can use NodeMod for that. So we'll say go restart on change. So yeah, so you'll just copy this first answer, just come here and controls, we can just say controls clear and just paste it. Okay, I think I haven't copied very well. Copy. Yeah, so basically clear NodeMod, like you have to install NodeMod, and NodeMod installation is pretty easy. You must have like node.js install npm package, so you can just say npm install global NodeMod. Okay, I'll say watch and .go file, so any go file whenever it's change, so then exec like run go exec means running something in terminal, run, and this is like main.go file again. Okay, so if I run it, oh sorry, our directory is wrong, so I'll just say /home /zano /go /src /github.com sayed 123 crud go crud and its main.go file. Yeah, so suppose if I just remove this list and save it, see it's restart automatically. We don't have to do every time like restart. Okay, I mean there are other ways also, people use compiler, but I like NodeMod much better, as it's like I'm Node.js background. So yeah, that's pretty much. So now we should have a router. Okay, of course without router how can you do anything? So we'll just create a folder called router and new file, and we'll say router.go. Okay, now in the router.go we'll say firstly like package of course pck package router, then we'll import gin framework, github. I must have imported in main.go. Yeah, copy it, paste it. Okay, yeah, so now we'll say function setup router, and we'll say it will return gin engine, so we'll say gin dot engine. Okay, now here I'll just copy this whole command. Okay, control X, and you have to do control V. Okay, now I think you can just remove this because now we are properly making it. So we'll say r.use gin dot recover. So like recovery, if like something goes bad or something, so it will just like recover. Okay, use gin dot recovery. Now then I think, yeah, then like we'll just return art. Okay, return art. Okay, yeah, now in the main.go file we'll say just import the router, and we'll say router. Okay, and we'll say router dot setup router. Okay, and we'll just save it. And I mean it looks like everything's running fine here. There's no error or anything. See, it's running on port 8080, and we'll say r equals to and we'll say r dot run. Okay, and here I can just remove r dot run. Like if you want to run the server from here only, then it's all right, but I'll prefer removing it from here, just setting up router and running it in here like main.go. See, it's waiting for changes to start because some error came. I'll just save it, and yeah, boom, it's running. Now I think models is done, database is done, router is done. Now we'll just set up a folder called controller. Okay, so it will pure MVC pattern however you want. Now in the controller, I'll just new file, I'll say article dot controller dot go. Okay, and we'll say package controller, and we'll say function article controller. Okay, and here we'll just do like this, and here we'll receive the router. So we'll say r, it will be of gin dot engine. So see, it's automatically imported it, so that's a pretty good part. Okay, now we'll say r dot post. So firstly we'll create a post, so that's why I'm using r dot post, and like this, and I'll say slash create post. Okay, maybe create post will be create dash post. Okay, yeah, and here we'll say create post. Okay, and I'll say where it is. Okay, we'll create a service function, of course. Okay, now for this how we'll call this article controller. So firstly we'll go to router. Okay, in the router only we'll just import the controller. So we'll say let me just copy something. Okay, yeah, and we'll just paste it, and we'll say controller. Okay, yeah, and here we'll say controller dot article controller, and we'll pass the router. Okay, so simple, we are just passing the router variable r, and in the article controller we are just accepting it, and then we are saying this is a post request on create post and the create post function. So now we'll new new folder, we'll say services, and we'll say new file, and we'll say article dot service dot go. I think there's a spelling mistake, rename, and we'll say article. Yeah, now we'll say package services. Okay, now we'll say a function, what was it called, create post. Okay, function create post. Okay, now yeah, now we got till here like create post. So in this post, I think we are missing something, we are not sending something. So yeah, okay, so in the create post we'll just receive the context star gin dot context. Okay, so gin framework, so it's basically coming from here. We are calling the create post, and it will send a context. Okay, so you can name it like context also, like C will be enough, I think. Okay, now we'll say we'll take a instance of models. So here we created models article. Okay, so we'll say variable article and models automatically imported dot article. Yeah, Now we'll say c dot bind JSON. So basically just bind the JSON whatever is coming into this article. Okay, and we'll say and article. Okay, and we should like validate also. I mean, okay, if you want, so we can use the validator also. So we'll just say Golang validator. Oh, let me show you why is validator required. I mean, I already wrote in the models, you say this is required, this is required, both title and body is required. Maybe not tag list, but you can write other validation also, like minimum length, max length. Okay, so you can Google that and get it. So for now, let me show you without validator what will happen. Okay, so article c dot bind JSON, then I'll say result, like saving in database, like saving in DB. Okay, so we'll say result colon equal to, we'll say database. Now it got imported dot DB dot create function, and we'll say and article. Okay, now we'll say if result dot error, so if there is an error not equals to nil, so I'll say c dot JSON HTTP, and HTTP maybe got imported, yeah, dot status bad request we can use, and we'll say gin dot h, and here we'll say error, and he'll say result dot error dot error. Okay, now we'll say return. So basically response is, so this c dot JSON is responsible for sending response, then we are adding a return, because here if there's no error then we'll say just c dot JSON HTTP dot status created. Okay, and we'll say gin dot h article, and we'll say send the article. Okay, and now let me run it. So yeah, okay, undefined create post. Okay, function create post article. Okay, yeah, I have to import this, so I'll just copy, I'll just say github.com slash, I mean I just copy paste because it's too lengthy. Yeah, and here I'll just say services. I think services will work, and I'll just save it. Why it's not working? Oh, sorry. I have to say like services dot. Yep. Now let me run it again. Boom, it got working. So let's just check. So we'll use Thunder client. Okay, you can use whatever you feel like. So let me just post a request. So I have already like title, description. Okay, and body, just remove it because I don't have body. Okay, so now if I send, okay, sorry, it's running on http colon slash slash. You can use Postman, but I use Thunder client, localhost port 8080 slash create dash post. Okay, if I send it, okay, see, it's got created. Okay, so easy. And if I go to database, okay, yeah, see, first article, body null, and new first. Okay, so now the problem is there is no body, and in the models I literally told body is required, still data got saved without body. So that's why we use validation here. So we'll say Golang validator. Okay, so there it must be somewhere. Oh yeah, this one, go get. Okay, so this one I just install it. So I'll just say new more terminal, paste. Okay, yeah, installed. Now I'll say it's pretty simple. Import this. So I'll just import this in services. Services, yeah. See, and now you just have to copy this, and you just say here validation. Okay, just paste it, and now there is one thing missing, this validate part. So I think this must be I think they must not have defined somewhere, so I'll just write it myself. So I'll just say validate validator dot new. So I'm just assigning a new validation, and this my struct will be article. Okay, and this will be validation errors. I mean, yeah, you can write those also. So we'll say if validation errors is not nil, so we'll say c.json http dot status bad request, and we'll say gin dot h error, and we'll say validation errors dot error. Okay, and here we'll say return, because otherwise if we don't write return statement, it will just go on below and create it. Okay, yeah, now I think it's running. Now if I send again without body, key article dot body error field validation for body failed on the required tag. Okay, so basically it's saying there should be a body required for it. I think it was pretty simple, not that much of complication. So I mean, I think Golang is so much simple that people get confused because of its simplicity. So you don't even have to use try catch, like every time you update something or something, it will just show you. Okay, now you can send extra values also, but it won't set. So if I say id, so if you must be thinking, if I said id 123, so this might be saved as a primary key. No, so if I save it, let me just write the body also. Yeah, oh hello, yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. Just format it pretty well. Okay, yeah, send. Okay, we got some error. Let's just see what's the error is. Valid errors dot nil, not validation interface conversion. Okay, article dot service. Oh yeah, sorry guys, I just forgot one thing. This line is unnecessary. Yeah, and it will be like yeah, this will pretty much do the work, and here we'll say error. Yeah, now let me just say, okay, it's running again. And if I send it, okay, 201 created, id 123. Okay, you'll be like, oh, id 123 got created. So I mean, just go to database and just select again boom, ID123 got created. I think we have to check in the models once what we did wrong. uh, uh I think you can just Google that how to whitelist the JSONs, so that will stop. So let's just move to the other. Now we have post. Now we'll make one for get. I think get will be like really easy, as you know, like get slash posts, and here we'll say services that get post. Okay, and we'll create a function get post. We'll just copy this stuff. Okay, now I think we don't need to validate anything, like we are getting the data, so we'll basically just like query the database. So we'll say result database dot db dot and you'll say find, and we have to create a instance. So we'll say article, and here what we did, like models dot article. So models dot article, and now I think it will be of type array. So now we'll say and article. Okay, if result dot, so basically we just copy this. Okay, so controller get post. Okay, yeah, so we'll say get get a, and it will be get dash post and page not found. So let me check get post. Okay, it's posts. Okay, yeah, see, we are getting all of that. So basically you can do same for the update. So that's not much. So if I just say update querying, see this in the Gorm interface. So if you go to update, see, it's pretty simple, db.model, and the model you want to update, where condition active, and whatever you are getting and what you want to update, name to hello. Okay, so it's not that much tough, it's easy. I mean, when you are doing it, you have to do a lot of googling, like everything you have to Google and search for that, how to do this, how to do, because there's zero community support. Like literally there are few things I'm still trying to find, but they are not in the internet. Maybe there's no package available, or maybe there is, but the community support is very bad, so you will face difficulties. So I mean, yeah, that's it. So, and like few more like things I want to say, like if you want to uh like create a user controller, so you just create function like user controller and pass the service. Okay, all the service there, and then you can if I go to router, here you can say controller dot user controller. Okay, so that also will work. Okay, so yeah guys, that's it in this video. I'll ping the GitHub link and you can get that, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.